Hi, my name is Niki Fraser, and I'm going to lead you through a Vinyasa Yoga Flow class. This means that we move through the poses fairly quickly from one to the next in a sequence. Please only do the poses that feel good for you today. If anything doesn't feel good, please stop or take a break or modify the pose. You only want to feel a nice gentle stretch. You never want to experience pain in yoga. It's your own personal journey, and just do what feels right for you today. Hope you enjoy the class. So we're going to start over here on our backs, on our mats, in Shavasana, or the corpse pose. In Shavasana, we're laying with our feet about the width of the mat apart. Arms are alongside the body with the palms facing up. And just relax the legs, allow the feet to fall loose and open. Relax the arms and the shoulders, tuck the shoulder blades under. Relax the head and start to close the eyes and turn all our attention inward. One way to help keep the mind present and focused is to observe our breathing. So just noticing as we lay here and breathing naturally, observe how the belly rises and the chest follows. And on the exhale, noticing how the chest sinks first and the belly follows. With every inhale, feel positive energy travel through us, right through to the fingertips and toes. And with every exhale, releasing any stress or tension that we're holding on to, and allow it to melt out and away. Let's start to wiggle the fingers and toes, coming back to the body. We're going to work with the breath, rolling the head side to side. So let's inhale the head over to the right. Long exhale, rolling the head over to the left. Inhale the head back over, trying to reach the ear right down to the mat. Exhaling the other way, reaching the opposite ear to the mat. And bringing the head back to center. Let's give ourselves a full body stretch. Reaching the hands high over the head, reaching the feet to the front of your room. Deep inhale. And on the exhale, releasing. We're going to start here for our warm-up, staying on our backs, bending the right knee, and interlacing the hands around the shin. So you want to be pulling the knee in nice and close to the chest. Start to feel a stretch to the front hip flexor. And if it feels like it's loosening, start to aim the knee to the outer torso, up towards the right shoulder. Nice deep breaths. On the next inhale, let's lengthen this right leg up to the ceiling. And here you want to be holding behind the thigh or behind the shin. You don't want to hold the knee joint, putting pressure on the joint. If you can't get to a right angle at the minimum between the two legs, feel free to bend the left supporting leg. We're pushing up through the heel, fully extending the back of the leg on the inhale, gently pulling the foot towards the head on the exhale, stretching out, warming up the back of the leg. And let's switch sides, bending the right knee in. Inhale, hug the left knee into the chest. Breathe into that front hip flexor. If you can, start to aim the knee up towards the left shoulder. Inhale, lengthen the left leg up to the ceiling, push through the heel. If you need to, bend that right supporting leg. Otherwise, inhale, lengthen, reach the sole of the foot to the ceiling, and exhale, gently pull the foot a little closer towards the head. Feel that nice stretch to the hamstring. Breathe into the tight areas, and as you exhale, feel some tension melting away. Releasing this left leg down, we're now going to hug both knees up into the chest, wrap your arms around the shins, bring the forehead to meet the knees. This is our reverse shell, rounding out the spine, and lowering the head down, gently rocking right to left. Feel the muscles through the back start to warm up, all the nerve endings through the spine. From here, we're going to roll up and come into a seated position. Moving on to our neck and shoulders. So sitting up nice and tall, drop the chin down to the chest, push the shoulders back and down. Feel the back of the neck lengthening here. And now moving into semicircles with the head. Right ear to right shoulder, drop it forward, left ear to right shoulder, breathing into the neck, working out any tension that we're holding there and exhaling it away. And from here, let's move on to the shoulders. Squeeze the shoulders up high to the ears. Take a deep inhale. Big exhale as we release them. And let's roll the shoulders forward. Nice big exaggerated shoulder rolls. Deep breaths as we reverse this now, rolling the shoulders back, feel the chest opening, squeeze the shoulder blades together, slide them down the back. And moving from here into the butterfly. So here we bring the soles of the feet together, either hold on to the ankles, this is a little easier, heels further away, or if you need a deeper stretch, pull the heels in closer, interlace the hands under the feet, and start to sink the knees down. You want to roll forward through the pelvis, inhale the chest up, reach the crown of the head to the ceiling. As you exhale, soften the shoulders down, drop the knees down towards the mat. We're breathing into inner thighs and outer hips here, continuing our warm-up. Deep inhale, and on the next exhale, let's round out the spine, drop the forehead down to the feet. You can either keep the elbows tucked in or bring the elbows to the front of the shins for a deeper stretch. Be gentle here on the back, forward folds, put a little bit of pressure on the low back. Just go as far as feels comfortable. And relax the torso down towards the feet. Inhale as we rise up. We're now going to open into a wide leg, seated forward bend. Warming up the inner thighs. Just widen the feet out as far as feels comfortable. You want to keep the toes and knees pointed up to the ceiling. Bring the hands behind to begin and roll the pelvis forward, pushing out the heels maybe a further couple of inches. Now you should feel a nice stretch to the inner thighs. If you feel that you can maintain the height of the torso without the torso crumbling back, you can bring the hands in front. If it feels good, start to walk the hands forward, breathing into the inner thighs. If this doesn't feel good, keep your hands supporting you behind the back. We're going to walk the hands over to the right leg. Place the left hand opposite left hand and on top and stretch through that left arm. So we're taking it deeper into a right side stretch through the leg and the ribs, and we're also now stretching the left outer arm. Deep inhale, exhale as we walk the hands over to center and taking it over to the left leg. Right hand goes on top, reach across with that right arm, breathe into the outer arm and shoulder. Still pushing out through the heels, toes are flexed to fully open the backs of the legs. Inhale, exhale the hands to center. Rising up, we're going to bring the legs in now and transition into a seated forward bend. Sitting up nice and high on the sit bones, inhale the arms up. Exhale as we hinge from the hips, keeping the back nice and flat. Now you may be up here, that's okay, as long as the shoulders are back, the back is perfectly straight, and just start to slide down as far as feels comfortable, listening to the hamstrings, breathing nice and deep. Taking it from here into Marikiyasana 1. Inhale as you rise up, draw the right leg in, place the sole of the foot on the mat and pull the heel in as close to you as you can. Now, same right arm comes to the inside of the knee. Left hand can come behind for support, and you're reaching with the right arm across over to the left foot. Maybe you're able to grab onto the foot. That would be the next stage. And if you feel you can go even deeper, you could try coming into the bind, which involves bringing the right hand over to the right hip. Your right armpit is at the front of the shin, right hand at the right hip, and the left hand can now come back to meet the right if you'd like to try the full bind. If this is too much, come into any previous version of the pose. Inhale as we release, and transitioning to half Lord of the Fishes, cross the right leg over top of the left, place the sole of the foot down. We're going to be twisting towards this right bent leg. Option is to curl that left leg in. This is the full pose, a little harder. If you try it and it feels uncomfortable, extend that left leg back out. If the leg's curled in, place both sit bones down on the mat. Turn towards this right bent leg. Right hand comes behind for support. Inhale the left arm up. Exhale, elbow to outer thigh. Turn to look over the right shoulder and twist. If the arm feels too much, feel free to just hug this leg with the left arm. With every inhale, reach up and down through the crown of the head. And on your exhale, turn to look further over the right shoulder to deepen your twist. Twists are good for detoxing the body. And we're also getting a stretch to the right outer glute. Let's turn and twist the other way. Release the torso forward, legs stay put. Both hands to the left side of the body, palms down, and work the elbows backwards as if you're working into a mini push-up. Aim the forehead down towards the mat, and again, just go as far as feels comfortable. Maybe you're able to touch all the way down, but you don't want to push the body into something that doesn't feel good. Inhale as we rise, and let's switch sides, starting with our seated forward bend. Extend both legs, push out through the heels, fully open the legs. Inhale up, and exhale as we reach forward. Maybe you find you can come a little further this time. If you find that with a flat back you're able to reach the toes, feel free to hook the big toes, or maybe you're even reaching past the feet. Nice deep breaths here, breathing into the backs of the legs. Inhale as we rise up, left leg comes in from Vinyasa 1 on the left side. Pull the heel in close, left leg is bent, same left arm comes to the inside of the knee, reaching for the right foot. That may be as far as you go, or if you'd like to try the bind again, bring that left hand around to the left hip and the right hand comes back to meet it. Nice deep breaths here wherever you are in the pose. Releasing up, let's bring this left leg over top, coming into half Lord of the Fish. Here's our modification, right leg stays extended, or if you'd like to take it deeper, curl the right leg in, both sit bones down on the mat, left hand behind for support, turn to this left bent leg, inhale the right arm up, exhale to the outer thigh. So you want to be hugging this left knee in nice and close as you turn to twist and look over the left shoulder. This will deepen your stretch to the left outer glute and also increases the detoxing by putting pressure on the organs inside. Taking one more inhale, exhale as we release the torso forward, both hands to the right side now, palms down, and work the elbows backwards as you release the head down towards the mat. Maybe you're up here, that's okay. Maybe you're coming all the way down. Nice deep breaths wherever you are. You should be feeling the stretch down through the left side of the body into the obliques. Inhale as we rise back up, and let's uncurl. We're going to roll over now into our table pose, coming onto all fours. Knees are underneath the hips. We'll open them up and hands are underneath the shoulders. Backs of the feet are on the mat if your ankles will allow, and let's move into our cat and cow spinal warm-up. Inhale the head up, sit bones up, push the stomach down to the mat, and this is our cow. Exhale as we round out the spine into cat. Reach the middle back up towards the ceiling. Tuck the head and the sit bones. And let's repeat. Inhale as we rise up. Chin up, chest up, shoulders back. Exhale as we round. Widen the shoulder blades. Reach high for the ceiling. And one last time. Inhale up. And exhale, rounding out to cat. We're going to move on to here. Our first series is going to stay here, starting from the table, moving into thread the needle. The right arm goes underneath. The right ear drops down onto the mat. And the key here is to try and put all your weight forward onto that right shoulder. The hips are squared in the center, so you don't want to be leaning over to the right or left. Try center them. And if you want to take it any deeper, you can walk this left hand above the head up to 12 o'clock. If it doesn't feel good, just pull that left arm back in. Breathe into the shoulders. Nice deep breaths here. Inhale now as we come back to center, moving into dolphin. Drop down onto the elbows. Now the elbows are directly underneath your shoulders. Palms are down. Curl the toes under and lift as if you were lifting into a downward dog. This is a bit more of a power pose. Keep the head neutral to protect the neck. Look back at the toes or the knees. And from here we're going to pulse it out, bending the knees until they just hover over the mat. Inhale as you lengthen again, push the heels down. Drop the knees down. And straighten out the legs. Let's go one last time. Inhale down. Exhale, release. And now we're going to walk the feet back, coming into a low plank pose. Low plank, body is in one straight line. Heels are pushing back, belly is braced. Inhale. Exhale, we're lowering right down onto our stomachs, moving into the Sphinx pose. So the elbows will stay bent. And just shift them forward to make sure that they're still lined up directly under your shoulders. Sphinx pose, you're pointing through the feet, lengthening the legs to the back of the room. Palms face down. Inhale, lift through the chest, lift through the chin, squeeze the glutes to protect the low back. And this is a gentle back bend here. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, lower the forehead to the mat, bring the arms alongside the body. And now we're preparing for a couple more back bends, starting with the locust. So forehead is down, palms are facing up, and we're going to be lifting the head, the hands, and the feet simultaneously. Inhale as we rise up, squeeze the shoulder blades together, squeeze the glutes as you lift through the feet, lift the head, nice deep inhale. And exhale as we lower everything down. Final pose here is the bow. You have options. If you'd like to try the full bow, reach for the backs of your feet, bending at the knees. Starting with the forehead down, pull the knees in nice and close. If this is not available to you, you can just come back to doing another locust, lifting the hands and feet. If you're in the bow and you'd like to take it further, inhale the head up, knees up, push the feet into the hands. And you might find that you start to rock here as you breathe nice and deep in through the diaphragm. On the next exhale, let's release everything down. Moving into an upward dog, we're bringing the hands to either side of the chest, down below the shoulders, squeeze the elbows in nice and close, squeeze the glutes. Inhale as you extend the arms up, lengthen the arms, lift the chest, the chin and the chest, and drop the hips down towards the mat. One more inhale. Exhale as we curl the toes under, rising up into our downward dog. And let's take a nice few breaths here in our down dog, enjoying this full body stretch. One more inhale. Exhale as we lower back down onto our knees, and let's repeat that sequence on the left side. Starting with our thread the needle. This time the left arm goes under, left ear drops down. Square your hips and put all your weight onto that left shoulder. To take it deeper, walk the right hand to the top of the head to 12 o'clock and breathe into both shoulders. From here, we're going to push up to center, drop down onto the elbows, moving into our dolphin pose. Curl the toes under, lift up through the hips, nice deep inhale. Exhale, push the heels down, sink the chest forward. And let's move into our small pulses. Inhale as you lower the knees. Exhale as you straighten the legs back out. Inhale to lower. And exhale to straighten. Let's go one last time. Inhale. Exhale, straighten, walk the feet back. Coming into our low plank pose, take a deep inhale. Exhale, lower all the way down, coming into Sphinx. Elbows under the shoulders, palms face down, squeeze the glutes. Inhale as you lift through the chest. Set the shoulders back and down, feel this nice gentle back bend. Exhale as we lower the head down, coming onto the forehead, hands come back alongside the body. Transitioning to that locust pose. Inhale, head, hands, and feet all rise. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Squeeze the glutes, deep inhale. And exhale to lower. So remembering our options. You're either going to come back into that locust, or you're coming into the bow, bending at the knees, backs of the feet and the hands. Inhale as you lift. Pushing the feet into the hands and possibly rocking up and down. Let's lower everything down, transitioning to up dog. Hands come to either side of the chest, squeeze the elbows in tight. Inhale as you rise up, extending the arms, lowering the hips. Exhale, curl the toes under, coming into our downward dog. And from here, let's pedal it out, dropping the right heel down and then the left. Just going at your own pace, enjoying this full body stretch, breathing deeply into the backs of the legs. And from here, coming into the toe and ankle warm up. Inhale, rising up onto the tiptoes. Exhale, push both heels back down. Inhale as we lift onto the tiptoes. Exhale, the heels back down. One last time. Inhale to rise. Exhale as we lower. We're going to walk the feet forward and we're going to take a moment to hang in the ragdoll. So in ragdoll, we extend the legs and we allow the whole upper half of the torso to completely relax. Your arms can stay extended, or if it feels better, clasp the opposite elbows. And we tend to hold a lot of tension in our neck and shoulders when we invert. So just give the head a gentle nod, maybe a gentle shake, relax the shoulders, and just allow the upper half of the body to dangle. So you should be feeling some tingling through the spine. This is bringing some circulation in through the back and bringing the circulation up into the head and the neck and shoulders. From here, let's slowly uncurl, softening the knees. Slowly roll your way up. And once you're all the way up, rolling the shoulders back and straightening out. And we're going to take a moment to stand here in the mountain pose, grounding ourselves in the upright position. Mountain pose, palms face forward. Crown of the head reaching up to the ceiling, chest is lifted. Drop the shoulders back and down, tuck the belly and the buttocks, and plant the feet firmly into the mat. Lovely, and from here we're going to move into one round of sun salutations on each side, just to bring our circulation up and prepare ourselves for our standing series. So starting up at the top of the mat, hands in prayer. We move through the sun salutations fairly quickly, so don't worry if you're a little rusty or you don't catch all the poses completely. This is to bring our circulation and heart rate up a little bit now. Up at the top of the mat, hands in prayer. Inhale, reach the arms up, slight back bend. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, step the right leg back, left leg back, sinking into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Lower it down. Inhale, cobra, squeeze the elbows. Exhale, curl the toes under to down dog. Inhale, step the right leg forward, left leg forward, and reach the arms up. Exhaling into prayer. That's half a round. Let's repeat on the left. Inhale the arms up, slight back bend. Exhale, swan diving forward. Inhale, left leg back, right leg back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Lowering down, inhale to cobra. And exhale, curl the toes under to down dog. Inhale, step the left leg forward, right leg forward, and reach the arms up. And exhaling into prayer. And we're going to take it into our first standing series now. So starting up at the top of the mat, beginning with the warrior one. Right leg steps back, toes are slightly out to allow for the back heel to still be on the mat. Front leg is bent, square your hips to the front of the room, inhale the arms up. Exhale, relax the shoulders, and if you're not feeling the stretch down the back of the straightened leg, start to work that left heel a little further forward. Push the right baby toe into the floor. Feel that nice long line down the back of the body. Taking it from here into our warrior two. Arms come to a T, left leg stays where it is, toes to the front of the mat. Right foot widens out a little, right toes to the side of the mat. You roughly want to line up your left heel with about the middle of the back foot. Arms in a T and gently gazing over the front fingertips. Push the left knee open, feel the stretch to the left inner thigh, right outer hip, and we're taking it into extended side angle. Legs are in place. Left arm drops down onto that left thigh. Right arm reaches up toward the ceiling. You can turn to look up if you like. This is the first part of the pose, and you might like to stay here. If you feel you want to take it deeper, drop the left hand down to the inside of the foot. Either fingertips or flat hand, and see how that feels. If it's not good, rise back up. If you're okay here and you'd like to move into the full bind, bring the left hand underneath the left thigh, reach the right hand behind, and bind the hands. This is fairly advanced, so if you haven't done it before, don't worry about it, just bring your hand back down. From here, we're switching into a half moon balance. Fairly challenging balance. Left hand comes to the front of the left foot, few inches ahead. Bend this left leg to begin. Keep the right arm extended and slowly lift up that back leg. Eventually, you're trying to create a right angle between the two straight legs. Reach the right arm up to the ceiling. If you try the balance and you fall over, not to worry, just try it again. And we're taking it from here into the standing split. Both hands come down to the front now. That right leg is now lifting up behind you and the head is dropping down towards the knee, so a pendulum effect. As you inhale, reach the right toes up. As you exhale, drop the head down to the leg. One more inhale. And we're moving into half a flow. Step that right leg way back. Coming into plank, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Lower down, inhale to cobra. Exhale, curl the toes under to down dog. And let's take a couple nice deep breaths here as we reset in our down dog. Push the chest forward, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale the hips up. Exhale the heels down. Next inhale, let's walk our way back to the top of the mat. Reach the arms up, deep cleansing breath. Exhaling into prayer, and let's repeat that sequence on the left. Starting with our warrior one, this time the left leg steps back. Toes are slightly out, heel is on the mat, front leg is bent. Square the hips to the front of the room, inhale, arms up. Exhale, shoulders down, push that left hip forward. Breathe down the back of your left leg. Opening now to warrior two, right foot stays where it is, left toes to the side of the mat. Roughly line up the right heel to the middle of the back foot. Arms come to a T and gaze over the front fingertips. Push the right knee open, feel the stretch now to the right inner thigh and outer hip. And keeping the legs in position, shifting into extended side angle. Right arm drops down onto the right thigh, left arm reaches up to the ceiling. You may choose to stay here again. Next level, bring the hand down to the front of the foot. And if you'd like to go even deeper, come into the bind. Right hand under the right thigh. Top left hand reaches behind the back to meet it. Again, if you try this and it's too much, just come back into your previous versions, hand down or up on the thigh. And we're going to shift from here into that half moon balance. So bringing the right fingertips just in front of the right foot, bend that right leg to begin, left arm reaching up. Slowly lift the left leg up behind you. And it's helpful to just focus on a point that's still on the floor in front of you. Nice deep inhale. Let's switch into standing split. Exhale the left hand down. Drop your head down towards the knee as you lift the leg up. So this helps the stretch. Inhale, left toes up. Exhale, head down towards the knee. And taking it into half a flow. Step that left leg back, right leg back, sinking the body into plank. Take an inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Lower it down. Inhale to cobra. And exhale, curl the toes under to down dog. Again, a couple of nice deep breaths here in the down dog. Lengthen your exhales to regain your breath. And we're going to take a moment to rest in the child's pose. Knees open to the width of the mat apart, toes touching. Sit the buttocks down onto the heels. You want to try and maintain that contact if possible as you walk the hands forward, dropping the forehead down to the mat. So this is also known as the resting pose in yoga. If you're ever in a class and you need to take a break, this is a nice one to come into. It opens out the chest, relaxes the body, regulates the breathing. From here, we're coming into one more standing series. So let's lift through the hips and we're going to transition back up using our downward dog. Curl the toes under. Rise up, deep inhale. Exhale, press the chest forward, sink the heels down. And we're taking it into a wide leg forward bend. So you want to now step out just a little wider than your mat. Coming into a wide leg dog, push the chest forward, drop the heels back. And now softening at the knees, walk the hands backwards and transition to wide leg forward bend. So starting with the table, let's rise up, flatten out the back. Toes are pointing forward. If you want to, you can widen out. Inhale, and as you exhale, walk your way down, keeping a flat back. You may find that you're able to reach the floor, maybe fingertips or maybe down, flat hands. If this is really easy for you, start to walk the hands backwards between the feet to get a deeper stretch and start to aim your head down towards the floor, aiming towards tripod. Lift the hips up nice and high, breathe into the backs of the legs. Shift a little bit of weight into the toes so it's not all in the heels. That'll also deepen your stretch. And now we're going to walk our hands over to the right leg. So whether you're up here and you're on the thigh, or you're further down and you're over at the ankle, that's your choice. Inhale the right arm up and twist to look up towards the ceiling. Opening up the right chest, the right shoulder, deep inhale. Exhale, lower the right hand down, walking to center, and then over to the left leg. So again, maybe you're at the ankle, maybe you're higher up. You want to lift the left arm up and twist to look up. Feel the spine twisting here. Feel the left shoulder and chest opening. Deep inhale. And exhale, lower this hand down, coming back to center. We're going to transition using temple pose. So this turns the heels in slightly, toes out slightly, bending at the knees and sinking the hips down. This is sort of a standing version of your frog pose, where we're now stretching into the outer hips. So weight is in the heels, sink the hips down, flatten out the back, lean onto the fingertips for some support, and let's rise up into our squat. The legs are already in position, so keeping the toes slightly out, knees out, bring the hands to prayer and sink down between the heels. So in squat, you don't want to be leaning back, putting pressure on the back. You don't want to be leaning forward. You just want to be sinking sort of straight down between your heels. And we're going to bring a little bit of motion in with the arms. So let's give the legs a break. Straighten them out. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, push the side walls away, exaggerating this arm stretch. Sink back down into your squat, hands to prayer. Let's repeat. Inhale, I'll face the center. Inhale, reach the arms up. Push the side walls away. And exhale as we sink back down. Shifting into some movement here with Skandasana. Straighten the legs, point the toes forward. Widen out a little bit. And this involves bending the right leg and bringing your arms out. And imagining the arms are wings now. So weight is in the right heel. Hips are pressing back, back is flat. Palms are facing down, and you want to be squeezing the shoulder blades together as you reach forward. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale as we release to center, and let's switch sides. Skandasana on the left, bend the left leg, push the hips back. Inhale, lift the palms, backs of the hands for the ceiling. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, reach the head forward, nice long torso. And exhale as we release. Lovely. And from here, we're going to work our way back down onto our mats. We're going to take one wide leg flow. Step out wider than the mat as you were. Inhale the arms up. Exhale as we hinge forward. Standing forward bend. Let's walk the hands forward into wide leg dog. And take half a flow. Inhale as we shift forward, wide leg plank. Exhale as we drop into wide leg chaturanga. Lower down, squeeze the elbows. Inhale into wide leg cobra. Exhale, curl the toes back under into wide leg dog. Take a final inhale and a nice long exhale. Step the feet in and come to sit down on our mats. Lovely. So moving into a short cool down now, a little bit of floor work. We're going to start with the cow face. You have a couple of options. Cow face is the one where we bring our hands behind the back to meet. Right arm up and left arm behind the back. So the traditional cow face legs is to stack this right leg up on top of the left, trying to stack the knees on top of each other and bringing the feet out a little wider. So this is giving us a glute stretch. If you try this and it's uncomfortable with the feet, simply come back to your cross leg position and just focus on the arms. I'm going to spin around to demonstrate the arms better. So if your right leg's on top, your right arm comes up, left hand behind the back, palm facing out. Bring it up in between the shoulder blades. Work it up as high as it'll go. Inhale the right arm up and exhale, reach back for the fingertips. If you're not able to meet the hands, not to worry. Option as well is to pause the video and go and grab a rope. Place it in your right hand. Inhale that right arm up, drop the rope behind you and grab it with the left hand. That's another way to try and work deeper into this pose as we increase our flexibility through the arms. Wherever you are, let's take a couple more nice deep breaths. Inhale. Long exhale. And let's release the arms and shake them out. Switching sides now. If your legs were crossed, just simply switch and cross them the opposite way that you're used to. If you were stacking the legs, left knee stacks on top of the right knee now. Work the feet a little bit away from the body. Sit down onto both sit bones. Left leg is on top, left arm reaches up. Right hand comes behind and try and meet the hands. Once again, I'll spin around for demonstration. Your right hand palm faces out, work it up between the shoulder blades. Drop the left hand down to meet. Try and grab the fingertips. Now, if you're right-handed, this will be the tricky side for you. Not to worry if you're nowhere near the hands meeting. This is a pose you can do on a daily basis. And I've had the experience of not being able to touch the hands, but with daily repetition, you get there. So let's take a few nice deep breaths here. Lift that left elbow up nice and high. We're stretching the left tricep. We're stretching the right forearm. One more inhale. Long exhale, release the arms, give them a little shake. And we're coming to lay down on our mats. So let's come to lie down on our backs. And we're almost done here. We're going to do a couple recline poses. Let's bend the knees into the chest first. Wrap the arms around, coming into reverse shell, forehead to the knees. Giving ourselves a big hug and thanking ourselves for the time that we've given our mind and our body. Gently lowering the head down, let's rock right to left. And again, massage out the back here. Gentle massage to the spine. Nice deep breaths. And we're going to end with a little bit of core work. So we're going to bring the arms out to a T. Bring the legs over to the right, but instead of dropping them onto the floor for a reclined twist just yet, bring them to 45 degrees and push out through the heels, extending the legs. So you should feel this in the left obliques. Inhale as you extend, exhale, bring the legs in. Inhale, extending, and exhale in. Let's go twice more. Inhale out, exhale in, last time. And coming back to center, let's switch sides. Drop the knees to about 45 degrees. Inhale, push out, and exhale in. If this is too much, you can also just start by extending the top leg. Work with the breath here, brace the core. That's our third, and we're going for a fourth, final one. Bring the legs in and come back to center. And now we'll end with the recline twist. We're already in position, knees up nice and high to the chest, arms are in a T. Drop both knees down to the right side until they touch the floor, and gently turn to look over the left arm. The key in our recline twist is to completely relax. Relax the feet and the knees. Relax the arms and the shoulders, soften the face, and just sink down into the floor. Inhale the knees up to center, bring them up nice and high, and exhale, lower them down to the left side, and when they touch down, gently turn to look over the right arm. With every exhale, feel yourself sink deeper down into the floor. back up to center, and exhale, lowering the legs down, coming into our final Shavasana or corpse pose. Feet come back to about the width of the mat apart. Arms come back alongside the body, palms facing up to the universe. And just scan the body, making sure you're comfortable. Legs are loose and relaxed. Arms and torso are relaxed. Tuck the chin slightly, close the eyes. And bringing all our attention inward, keeping our minds here in the present moment for the last part of this class. If you find your mind starts to wander away, just gently bring it back and start to observe your breathing again. Inhaling, belly rises, chest follows, heart center opens. Exhale, chest sinks, belly follows, and body relaxes fully into the mat. Feel free to pause the video and stay here as long as you would like. Otherwise, we're going to start to wiggle the fingers and toes, bringing awareness back to the body. Take some deeper breaths, move the head around. Feel how different the body feels now after 45 minutes of this yoga class. And let's roll over to one side, take a moment. And slowly come to sit back up in the cross-legged position. If we could all together take a deep inhale, draw in all the positive energy from the room and exhale it into prayer. Namaste.